In today's video, we're going to be doing a cheetah print Halloween makeup. Obviously, this is completely different than the type of makeup looks that I've been posting. Creative makeup actually was my first niche. I haven't done a creative makeup in so long now. I actually think it's been exactly a year, because the last one I did was, I think it was a skull on TikTok. I don't know if I still have the video up or not, but even then I feel like I was still a little rusty. So well, let's just see how today's makeup turns out. I kind of have an idea of what products I want to use, but we're honestly just gonna wing it. So before I even start, I do want to give credit where credit is due. First, I want to give credit to flawlessbytenisha. I followed her for years. She does a lot of creative and anime makeup. You can check her out on IG. These two girls I found on TikTok, Isabellrrose and Tiaynna. Both of them recently did cheetah makeup and both of them killed it. So let's get into some cheetah makeup. So I'm going to start off with my 24-hour brow setter by Benefit. You guys already know how I feel about this. So right now my eyebrows are pretty bushy, but I'm hoping this lays it down. I think I do want to conceal my brows. I'm just using the brush side to comb through and then press it down with the flatter side. I'm just grabbing my P. Louise base. Sorry that it's a little dirty, but you can literally use any concealer that you have. For the brushes today, I'm actually using a set that I just got off of Amazon, so if you're curious, I will leave it down below. So I'm just gonna start to cover my brows. And I'm also gonna just go ahead and bring it down to my eyelid, because I am just going to do a plain and simple eye look. I'm not gonna do any crazy eyeshadow. I still have some black peeking through, but when I set it with the powder, it should cover that. Unfortunately, I don't have any contacts for this look. If I did, it would have really taken it to the next level. One Halloween, I really went all out and bought a whole bunch of stuff, like face wax, like prosthetics, and I didn't use any of it. And in that order that I did order, I think I ordered red contacts, and I also ordered, I think I had a yellow one. No, I did red, white, and black. I feel like I did have yellow, I'm not sure. But I don't know if it was just the quality from the brand, but they dried up so fast and it was, I don't know, it was just horrible. So right now the only one that I have left is like an all black one that's like really scary. And I was really contemplating, like, do I want to do Halloween makeup on here? Because I don't want to scare these people. I'm going to go in with my Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation, and this is the shade 27W. I already used my Power Grip Primer before I started the video, so it's been settling in. But I'm just taking this foundation all over my face. I really, really love this foundation. I think last winter I was still using the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation, but compared to this one, I think the Anastasia has like more oils in it. And I feel like this one is like the perfect consistency. Just dipping it into this painter's palette that I have. I use this for my concealer and foundation, and when I was doing creative looks, I put all my liquids here first, so I'm not getting a huge glob of product on my face. You just want to try to go a little bit more light-handed than you normally would, since you are going to be like drawing over your face with other products. And also, if you are wearing this to go out, like obviously you want it to last. I'm actually going to grab my Maybelline Fit Me because I need it a little bit tinted. I need the color to be a little bit tinted. I'm just gonna go right over my lids. and then over the brow. So now I'm gonna conceal my face the normal way that I would, because this is kind of like, it's a little bit of glam. I'm grabbing my Fenty Beauty Concealer. This is We're Even. I'm just gonna apply it in the areas that I normally would. I'm gonna make sure that you get above your lip so that when you apply when you do your lips, it pops a little bit more. And I'm also gonna apply concealer to my nose because we're not doing a snatch nose today and we want it to look as wide as possible. So remember, like, concealer brings attention to things, and then when you bronze and contour, it's kind of dropping it back. So now you can see the center of my face looks flat and it's like all one at this point, which is what you want, so that you can start kind of manipulating the features. Now I also want to, now I'm gonna apply some white right in the corners of the eye and maybe a little bit underneath, but I'm gonna pop in a reference picture so you can see what I'm kind of going off of. So I'm gonna go in with P. Louise base in, what shade is this? In Rumor Zero, which is just the white shade. You can use face paint, or I believe Morphe also has like a white concealer. So I'm taking this very sparingly. So things are gonna get a little crazy right now, but bear with me. So I'm just taking this like in the inner corner of my eye. So this is like the area where you would add in your second concealer to make it brighter. So instead of a lighter concealer, we're just using white. Now this doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't need to be like a straight line or anything because we're gonna go back in and blend it. But I'm also bringing it right under my eyelids. We're just trying to get the placement down because remember, we want the nose to be wider. I already have a kind of wide nose bridge, so if your nose bridge is a little bit thinner, you might want to bring it out towards your cheeks. Before I get too carried away, let me get a blending brush. This brush is the Not in the Pack that I've been using. This is just a Real Techniques brush, and it is the Insta-Top crease brush, but I just love the ones that have this little angle to it. It makes it so nice to blend. So I'm just taking that and blending. Alright, so I'm just taking that powder and setting that area. So while that's sitting, we can go ahead and do our liquid liner. I was looking for my Sephora liner, but I can't find it. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid eyeliner, but as you can see, I broke it from using it so much. I really like the felt tip on this one, but I was just hoping that it wasn't dried out. So we're just gonna go in and do a full wing liner. We're actually going to outline our entire eye in black, so don't be sparing with it. more dramatic, the better. Normally, I don't even take my eyeliner this far in. I usually start from like right here, like a quarter of the way in. That's why it's really good to get these tips so that you can get right in those corners. But once that tip starts to flare out, you know you're in trouble. So this one has held up really well. And also the brush, the liquid eyeliner brush from Sephora that I love, that I was just looking for. That one is really good too. Alright, I'm just gonna have to clean up this side a little bit later because I could not get any more product out of here. Well, that was a struggle. I'm gonna take the same powder puff that I used on my brows and go back in with the Maybelline Fit Me and just make sure I got a little bit on here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and set the rest of the area before I go and dust this off. Make sure you get your lips. And for the last bit of powder, I'm just gonna go in with my MAC Studio Fix. I just wanna make sure that I get everywhere that I didn't set yet, because I don't want those areas to look shiny. Forgot about my chin. I'm just gonna take a clean brush. This one is also not in that pack. This is from Be Bella Cosmetics. I got years ago. And I'm just gonna go and just dust this off. Now I'm taking my Urban Decay 24/7 pencil eyeliner in the shade Provision. Make sure that your eyeliner is very sharp. So you're gonna go ahead and line your waterline. To get in the crease here, I want it to be very sharp. So I'm gonna grab this brush from Morphe. I know you guys are probably like, girl, which which brushes are you using from the actual pack? But any brushes you see in gray are from the pack. But this is Morphe M250-0. It's a really tiny, precise brush. Usually I don't look for the makeup brands for these kind of brushes. I probably just saw it and picked it up. But Michaels, don't sleep on Michaels for precision brushes. So I'm dipping into this eyeliner pomade. This is from KVD Beauty and it's in the shade Graphite. Make sure my brush is nice and coated. And right where you see the white meeting your foundation color is where you want to make sure your line goes to. That makes sense. You can do this with your liquid liner, but mine is clearly not cooperating today. So now we're outlined. We're still gonna go and add in some white eyeshadow. When we went in with the P. Louise base and the setting powder, it's just to get a base because I want the product to pop, and obviously it's a little harder on darker skin to get certain colors to pop. I'm taking the white out of the matte book from the crayon case. I'm gonna pack it right in that same center. Then follow it up underneath the black eyeliner. I actually love how that looks. So now for what's probably like my favorite part, we're just gonna bronze. So you're just gonna bronze the cheeks and a little bit of the forehead. I really want a true brown, so I'm just gonna use the Juvia's Place bronzer. I'm taking the brush. And I don't normally bring it this far in, but you can bring it right above the brows. More is coming together. I'm like, oh, I wish I had the contacts. Oh yeah, so I had to go in my stash because I was like, can't go out like this. So I grabbed my Mavron face paint in black. You can literally get this off of Amazon. I'll link it down below. So it's just water activated face paint, and I'm just taking a small paintbrush and I'm just going to start painting underneath my nose. And the top of it is kind of like you're just drawing the top of a heart. I'm gonna go back in with my bronzer, and this is another eyeshadow brush from that same pack. I just want to kind of shade inward. Trying to get this kind of like snout effect, so I'm just going around my nostrils with the bronzer. Alright, so now that I have the face paint, I'm just gonna go back in and darken the corners of my eye because I feel like the pencil didn't do that great of a job. You see how much more prominent that is now? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. So if you have a liquid eyeliner, it's probably fine, but this pencil was not working. Now we're just gonna define the eyes a little bit more. I'm gonna take the same bronzer and I want to go up into the brows. Okay, the picture I'm looking at, he has like a black here. So before we do that, I'm gonna go back into the matte palette and I'm just gonna add some white in this corner. All you have to do is just keep building it up. But that's why it's easier to use a smaller brush. When you're trying to pick out brushes, just like look at the shape of the area and then look at the shape of the brushes that you have and just make sure that it can fit in that area. I feel like I look like a teddy bear, but we're getting there. I just realized this palette doesn't have a black. Alright, so I'm just gonna use the same brush and I'm grabbing the black from the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. Since we're done with the white, I'm using the same brush. And I'm gonna line up right here. And I'm just gonna go upwards. And wing that out. Since we're here, I'll pop in the reference picture so you can see. Like I said, it's gonna get crazy. I know I look a little bit wild right now, but now that I did like this little area on my forehead, I'm not mad at the eyebrows because it just adds a little, like looks like the hair. before we continue, I'm going to look for some lashes to pop on because we're pretty much done. And then we will move on to the spots. So at this point, I need you to decide. Are you going to be a cheetah or a leopard? Because the spots are different. For the cheetah, they have a little bit more, they have more solid dots, and then for a leopard has the one that I think everybody has in their head, that it's the brown in the center and then the black around it. So I think the leopard is cuter in my opinion. So, and you can probably find a lot more leopard outfits than cheetah, but for search purposes it comes up as the same thing. So that's what we're gonna do, the brown with the black in the center. So I'm gonna use my Makeup by Mario Mattes palette since I already have it in hand, and I think I'm gonna go in with this reddish shade just so that it can show up on my skin tone. If you're lighter, obviously you can just go in with a regular brown, but like, let's see how this works. If not, I'm just gonna go in with the darker brown. I don't know if it's doing anything. Can you see that? I can see it, but I don't know if it's gonna do what I need it to do. Let me think. An easy way to describe the type of lines and dots that you're going to be creating. Either try to make like kissy faces, like two lips, or draw 3 dots and try to connect 2 of them. Okay, so let's do the 3 dots. So I'm going to do dot, dot, dot. So you can leave it like that, just keep doing like 3 dots all the way around, or you can decide to connect 2 of them like that. See? Easy. But actually you can see the brown when I do it that way. All right, so I'm just gonna be in my zone and finish doing the dots. So I'm gonna go forehead and then cheekbone. Okay, so the dots are done. Now for the lips, I was like, should we go black? Should we go brown? I saw some brown on the top and pink on the bottom, or just do like a normal nude kind of color. So I don't know. I have this matte lipstick from the Lip Bar. It's in the shade Savage, and it's matte, so if anything we can go back over it. And then I'm going in with the darkest lip liner that I have, which is Makeup Forever Dimension. I'm going to line my lips. And with the same pencil, we're gonna draw the line. It's kind of crooked. Alright, that's good enough. I'm gonna smudge it out a little bit. Alright, that looks better. Alright, so it's like not such a harsh line. I'm gonna start with the top for now. I'm liking the top lip a little bit darker. And I'm gonna go in with a lighter nude, and I'm just gonna touch up. All right, I'm just taking what is this, Beauty Bakery in the shade Sure All I Need. I don't know if you can still find this shade, but that's what it's called. I'm just taking a little bit. I like how that looks. This is where I'm gonna be a little bit extra. I'm probably gonna do this part off camera, but I already have a tutorial of what I'm about to do. So just to be a little bit out of the box and not do the same look that everybody else has, I'm just going to make some, I'm just gonna make like a blood drop coming down. I look like I just, you know, had a meal, like I just ate. But I think, I don't know, I might do the crystals again. If you go through my shorts, you'll see a vampire Halloween makeup look from last year. I'm literally gonna do the same technique, red lipstick, and I will be right back with the final look. Okay, so I'm back. I could not find the rhinestones, but I used my NYX red liquid lipstick here, and then I went over it with a little bit of pink just to bring out the brightness in it. What else did I do? And then I just added a little bit of a white liner here and a little bit in the corners to make that pop again. But yeah guys, so that is it for this cheetah or leopard print Halloween look. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.